Olive oil seems simple, golden, pure, heart-healthy. But for seniors, the bottle on your shelf might be a fraud. From diluted oils mixed with cheap vegetable substitutes to rancid imports labeled as extra virgin, the deception runs deep. These fake oils can spike inflammation, worsen cholesterol, and interact dangerously with blood pressure medications. Today, we're exposing 15 olive oil brands hiding the truth and revealing 2 that are actually worth your trust. Coming in at number 15, we've got Pompeian. This American household name promises robust flavor and Mediterranean purity on every label. The golden bottle suggests quality. The words extra virgin appear bold and confident. Walk down any grocery aisle, and you'll see Pompeian positioned as a trusted staple, the kind of brand your mother probably used. But independent lab testing revealed that multiple batches of Pompeian extra virgin olive oil failed to meet international standards for acidity and purity. The oil inside was diluted with cheaper refined oils, soybean and canola, stretched to increase profit margins. For seniors managing cholesterol or taking statins, these hidden seed oils can trigger inflammation and counteract the very heart benefits you thought you were getting. The smooth pour and mild taste mask what your body cannot see. A betrayal wrapped in trustworthy packaging. You open the bottle expecting that fresh, grassy aroma of real olive oil, but instead you get something neutral, almost odorless, a sign that what's inside has been chemically stripped and blended. One study from the University of California, Davis, found that 69% of imported olive oils labeled as extra virgin failed to meet international standards. Pompeian's failure to deliver on its promise means seniors are paying premium prices for oil that offers none of the anti-inflammatory benefits they desperately need. The brand built its reputation on family values and American reliability, but the lab results tell a different story. Every time you drizzle this oil over your salad, you're consuming refined seed oils that promote oxidative stress, the exact opposite of what olive oil should do for your aging cardiovascular system. How does a brand stay on shelves for decades while selling diluted oil as pure extra virgin? At number 14, Bertolli enters the scene. Bertolli has been a kitchen staple for generations, with Italian heritage plastered across every bottle. The label promises authentic extra virgin olive oil, cold-pressed and pure. The dark green glass suggests premium quality, something worth the extra few dollars. But investigations uncovered that Bertolli routinely blends lower-grade oils into their extra virgin products. Some batches tested positive for additives like chlorophyll to artificially enhance color, making old or rancid oil appear fresh and vibrant. Seniors with sensitive digestive systems or those on kidney medications should be especially cautious. Consuming oxidized, rancid oils increases free radicals in the body, accelerating cellular damage and worsening chronic conditions. The rich green hue you trust is often nothing more than chemical theater, designed to fool your eyes while your health pays the price. When you pour Bertolli into your pan, notice how it doesn't have that peppery bite at the back of your throat, that slight burn that signals real polyphenols. Instead, it slides down smooth and bland, a telltale sign of refinement and adulteration. For seniors taking blood thinners or managing diabetes, these hidden chemical additives can interfere with medication absorption and liver function. The North American Olive Oil Association revealed that up to 80% of Italian olive oils sold in the United States are adulterated or mislabeled. Bertolli's use of artificial colorants means you're not just buying fake olive oil, you're buying chemically manipulated fat that your kidneys and liver must work overtime to process. The Italian flag on the label becomes meaningless when the contents bear no resemblance to what traditional Italian producers actually make. Now at number 13, Carapelli makes its appearance. This brand markets itself as a premium Italian import, complete with rustic labels and promises of Tuscan tradition. The bottle feels heavy, expensive, authentic. The label features rolling hills and ancient olive trees, imagery designed to transport you to the Mediterranean countryside. But third-party lab analysis found that Carapelli olive oil often contains high levels of oxidation, meaning the oil has gone rancid before it even reaches your kitchen. Rancid oil smells slightly musty, tastes bitter, and creates a greasy film on your tongue. But many seniors trusting the brand name never question it. For those managing blood pressure or heart conditions, rancid oils contribute to arterial inflammation and can interfere with medications designed to protect your cardiovascular system. The tradition you thought you were buying has been replaced by negligence and profit-driven shortcuts. When you open a bottle of Carapelli, pay attention to the smell. Real extra virgin olive oil smells fruity, grassy, sometimes even like fresh-cut grass or green tomatoes. If it smells like crayons, Play-Doh, or stale nuts, it's oxidized. The peroxide levels in some Carapelli batches have been found to exceed acceptable limits by significant margins, creating compounds that damage your cells and accelerate aging. For seniors already dealing with inflammation from arthritis or cardiovascular disease, adding rancid oil to your diet is like pouring gasoline on a fire. The premium price tag, often $12 to $15 per bottle, makes the deception even more painful. You're not paying for quality, you're paying for a fancy label and false promises while your body absorbs toxic byproducts of oil degradation. At number 12, we have Filippo Berio. Filippo Berio presents itself as a classic, reliable choice with Italian roots and family values. The label features rustic imagery, olive groves, sunshine, heritage. The brand has been around for over a century, which lends an air of trustworthiness. But consumer reports and independent investigations revealed that Filippo Berio's extra virgin olive oil frequently tests as a blend of refined and virgin oils, not the pure product advertised. Some bottles were found to contain lampante oil, a low-grade olive oil deemed unfit for human consumption without refining. Lampante gets its name from the Italian word for lamp because historically it was only good enough to burn in lamps, not eat. Seniors are at particular risk because lampante oil lacks the antioxidants and polyphenols that make real olive oil heart-healthy. Instead, you're consuming empty, chemically treated fat that offers no protection and may worsen inflammation. The family tradition on the label has been replaced by industrial deception. When you cook with Filippo Berio, notice how it smokes at relatively low temperatures, another sign of refinement and low quality. Real extra virgin olive oil has a smoke point around 375 to 405 degrees Fahrenheit, but adulterated oils often smoke much earlier, releasing harmful compounds into your kitchen and your food. For seniors managing kidney function or liver health, consuming refined lampante oil adds unnecessary burden to organs already working hard to filter waste. The bottle might say extra virgin, but the chemistry inside tells a completely different story. Coming in at number 11, Star Olive Oil demands attention. Star Olive Oil is one of the most recognized brands in America, found in nearly every grocery store. The packaging suggests simplicity and trust, just pure olive oil, nothing fancy. The clear glass bottle makes the oil look pristine, transparent, honest. But lab testing exposed that Star's extra virgin line often contains seed oils like sunflower and safflower, blended in to reduce costs. For seniors on blood thinners or cholesterol medications, these hidden seed oils can have unintended effects. They promote inflammation and oxidative stress, directly contradicting the heart-healthy promise printed on the front of the bottle. Transparency in packaging does not equal honesty in ingredients. What you pour onto your salad may be quietly sabotaging your health. The oil has a pale yellow color, almost washed out, lacking the golden-green vibrancy of authentic extra virgin. When you taste it, there's no complexity, no layers of flavor, just a flat, greasy coating on your mouth. Studies have shown that seed oils like sunflower and safflower are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which in excess can trigger inflammatory pathways in the body. For seniors already dealing with arthritis, heart disease, or autoimmune conditions, adding more omega-6 to your diet through fake olive oil is a recipe for disaster. Star's affordability, often priced under $10 per bottle, comes at a steep cost to your health. The brand trades on its long history and familiar name, but the contents have been compromised to maximize profit margins while minimizing quality. Why do you think major brands get away with blending seed oils into products labeled pure olive oil? At number 10, Colavita steps into the spotlight. Colavita has built its reputation on Italian authenticity and culinary excellence. The deep green liquid inside the bottle looks rich and pure, almost too perfect, but that perfection is the problem. Investigations found that Colavita has been accused of adding beta-carotene and artificial colorants to enhance the appearance of their olive oil, making low-quality or oxidized oil look vibrant and fresh. Seniors who rely on olive oil for anti-inflammatory benefits are being cheated. What looks healthy is often old, degraded oil dressed up with chemicals. The smooth, almost buttery texture you experience on your tongue is not a sign of quality. It's evidence of manipulation. For those managing diabetes or kidney function, these hidden additives can strain your body's ability to process what should be a simple, natural fat. Real olive oil should have a slightly rough, almost astringent quality, a peppery finish that makes you cough a little. That's the polyphenols at work, compounds that protect your heart and reduce inflammation. Colavita's artificially enhanced oil slides down too easily, too smoothly, without any of that characteristic bite. The beta-carotene they add not only changes the color but also masks the smell of oxidation, making it nearly impossible for consumers to detect rancidity by scent alone. For seniors with compromised immune systems or those recovering from surgery, consuming chemically altered oils can slow healing and increase infection risk. The Italian imagery on the label becomes a cruel joke when the contents are manufactured deception designed to trick your senses while undermining your health. Now at number 9, Kirkland's signature organic extra virgin olive oil takes center stage. Costco's Kirkland brand is trusted by millions of Americans, especially seniors looking for value without sacrificing quality. The organic label suggests purity and careful sourcing. The massive bottles, often 2 liters or more, seem like a smart investment for households that use olive oil regularly. But reports have surfaced that some batches of Kirkland olive oil fail authenticity tests, showing signs of adulteration with cheaper oils and oxidation levels far beyond acceptable limits. The problem is scale. Costco moves massive volumes, and quality control becomes inconsistent. Seniors buying in bulk to save money may be storing rancid oil in their pantries for months, unaware that every use is introducing oxidized fats into their diet. For those on heart medications or managing cholesterol, this is not just a waste of money, it's a quiet assault on your cardiovascular system. The value you thought you were getting comes at the cost of your health. When you open a bottle of Kirkland olive oil, check the harvest date if it's even listed. Olive oil degrades over time, and a bottle that's been sitting in a warehouse for 18 months before reaching your cart is already compromised. The organic certification means the olives were grown without pesticides, but it says nothing about freshness, purity, or proper storage. Some consumer tests found peroxide levels in Kirkland oil that indicated significant oxidation, meaning the oil had been exposed to air, light, or heat for too long. For seniors with sensitive digestion or those managing acid reflux, oxidized oil can trigger stomach upset, bloating, and discomfort. The bulk format that seems so economical actually increases your exposure to degraded oil unless you use it within weeks of opening. At number 8, Goya extra virgin olive oil enters the conversation. Goya is a beloved brand in many American households, especially among families who value tradition and cultural authenticity. The label promises Spanish quality and rich flavor. The brand's long history and widespread availability make it feel like a safe, reliable choice. But independent testing revealed that Goya's extra virgin olive oil often contains high levels of oleic acid degradation, a clear sign of poor storage or low-quality sourcing. The oil may taste fine at first, but that slightly bitter aftertaste you notice is evidence of oxidation. For seniors with sensitive stomachs or those managing acid reflux, consuming degraded oils can worsen symptoms and contribute to digestive discomfort. The cultural trust you place in the brand has been exploited for profit, and your body is paying the price every time you cook with it. Notice the smell when you heat Goya oil in a pan. If it smells acrid or burnt even at medium temperatures, that's a sign the oil has been refined or is already rancid. Real extra virgin olive oil should smell pleasant even when heated, with a slightly nutty or fruity aroma. Goya's oil often loses its scent entirely when cooked, another indicator of chemical processing. For seniors taking medications for blood pressure or cholesterol, consuming degraded oils can create additional oxidative stress, making it harder for your medications to work effectively. The brand's affordability, typically priced around $8 to $10 per bottle, reflects the shortcuts taken in sourcing and processing. Want the real truth about what's on your plate? Subscribe now so you never get blindsided by hidden food dangers. Coming in at number 7, Mazola olive oil demands scrutiny. Mazola is best known for corn oil, but their olive oil line has quietly crept onto grocery store shelves with promises of heart health and versatility. The label features bright, cheerful colors and bold health claims. The brand positions itself as a modern, health-conscious choice for families. But studies have shown that Mazola olive oil is often heavily refined, stripped of the natural polyphenols and antioxidants that make real olive oil beneficial for seniors. What remains is a bland, neutral fat that offers none of the cardiovascular protection advertised. For seniors managing blood pressure or taking medications for heart disease, this is not just misleading, it's dangerous. You think you're making a healthy choice, but you're actually consuming a processed product that contributes to inflammation and arterial stiffness. The cheerful branding hides a hollow product designed to profit from your desire to protect your health. Mazola olive oil has almost no taste, which should be your first warning sign. Real olive oil has personality, flavor, a distinct character that varies depending on the olive variety and region. Mazola tastes like nothing, a clear indication that it's been refined to the point of being nutritionally worthless. The refining process involves high heat and chemical solvents that strip away everything beneficial, leaving behind pure fat with no antioxidants, no polyphenols, no anti-inflammatory compounds. For seniors with compromised liver function or those taking statins, consuming refined oils adds extra burden without providing any of the protective benefits that make olive oil valuable. The brand's entry into the olive oil market feels opportunistic, trading on consumer confusion to sell an inferior product at premium prices. At number 6, Newman's Own Organics olive oil takes a turn. Paul Newman's legacy of charity and quality gives this brand an aura of trustworthiness. The organic certification and charitable mission make it feel like a safe, ethical choice. The label promises that proceeds support children's charities, which adds an emotional appeal that makes consumers feel good about their purchase. But despite the good intentions, reports indicate that some batches of Newman's own olive oil have failed purity tests, showing evidence of seed oil contamination. The problem is sourcing. Organic does not always mean authentic, and the supply chain for olive oil is notoriously opaque. Seniors who choose this brand thinking they're supporting a good cause and protecting their health are being doubly betrayed. The light, almost flavorless oil you taste is not a sign of mildness, it's a sign of dilution. For those on cholesterol medications or managing diabetes, consuming adulterated oils can interfere with treatment and worsen metabolic conditions. The kindness you thought you were buying has been overshadowed by negligence. Newman's Own built its reputation on transparency and integrity, but the olive oil division has failed to live up to those standards. When you pour this oil, notice how thin it is, how it runs off the spoon like water, rather than clinging with that characteristic viscosity of real olive oil. That's because it's been cut with cheaper oils that have lower density and different molecular structures. For seniors managing kidney disease, the hidden seed oils in Newman's Own can increase inflammation markers and strain filtration systems already working overtime. Don't miss what's coming next. The worst offenders are still ahead. Now at number 5, Lucini Italia steps forward. Lucini markets itself as a premium, artisanal brand with small batch quality and Italian craftsmanship. The elegant bottle and high price point suggest excellence. The label features handwritten script and descriptions of traditional pressing methods, creating an image of authenticity and care. But investigations revealed that Lucini's supply chain is murky at best, with olive oil sourced from multiple countries and blended together to create a product that meets price targets, not quality standards. Some bottles tested showed high levels of peroxide, a chemical indicator of oxidation and rancidity. For seniors, this is particularly concerning. Oxidized oils generate free radicals in the body, which accelerate aging, worsen inflammation, and damage blood vessels. The fruity aroma you smell when you open the bottle is often masking the chemical breakdown happening inside. The premium price you pay is not buying you safety or quality, it's buying you marketing and a pretty label. Lucini's oil is often priced at $15 to $20 per bottle, positioning it as a luxury product. But luxury in packaging does not equal quality in contents. Some consumer advocates have noted that Lucini's harvest dates are often missing or vague, making it impossible to determine freshness. For seniors taking medications that affect liver function, consuming peroxide-rich oils adds toxicity that your liver must filter, creating additional strain on an already compromised system. The artisanal image is carefully constructed, but the reality is industrial blending designed to maximize profit while minimizing accountability. At number 4, California Olive Ranch comes under examination. This brand positions itself as a proud American alternative to imported oils, with California sunshine and local farming at the heart of its identity. The label promises freshness, transparency, and quality. The bright yellow bottle with images of California landscapes suggests a wholesome, trustworthy product. But reports have surfaced that California Olive Ranch has faced lawsuits over false labeling, with accusations that their extra virgin oil does not meet the chemical standards required for that designation. Some batches showed evidence of heat damage during processing, which degrades the oil's beneficial compounds and creates harmful byproducts. For seniors managing kidney function or taking medications that strain the liver, consuming heat-damaged oils adds unnecessary toxicity to an already burdened system. The golden liquid you drizzle over your vegetables is not the fresh, pure product you were promised. It's a degraded imitation, sold at a premium price under the guise of American authenticity. When olive oil is exposed to high heat during extraction or bottling, the delicate polyphenols break down and create aldehydes, compounds linked to cardiovascular disease and neurological damage. California Olive Ranch's processing methods have been questioned by multiple consumer groups, with some suggesting that the brand prioritizes speed and volume over quality. For seniors with high blood pressure or cholesterol, consuming heat-damaged oils can worsen arterial inflammation and counteract the benefits of your medications. The local farming narrative sounds appealing, but if the processing destroys the oil's health properties, the origin becomes irrelevant. Isn't it strange how even American-made brands with local farming claims still end up in lawsuits over fake labeling? Coming in at number 3, 365 Whole Foods Market. Organic extra virgin olive oil faces scrutiny. Whole Foods built its empire on the promise of quality, transparency, and health. The 365 brand is supposed to represent everyday value without compromising standards. The clean, minimalist label suggests honesty and simplicity, the kind of product you can trust without hesitation. But independent lab tests revealed that 365 olive oil frequently fails authenticity benchmarks, showing signs of seed oil blending and oxidation. The organic certification is real, but organic does not mean pure or properly stored. For seniors with compromised immune systems or those managing chronic inflammation, consuming oxidized organic oils is just as harmful as consuming non-organic frauds. The earthy, slightly peppery taste you associate with good olive oil is often artificially created using flavor additives, masking the truth about what's really in the bottle. The trust you place in Whole Foods' reputation is being quietly betrayed, one bottle at a time. The 365 line is designed to compete with conventional grocery store prices while maintaining the Whole Foods brand cachet. But that balancing act often results in compromised quality. Some batches of 365 olive oil have been found to contain chlorophyll additives and coloring agents designed to make low-grade oil appear premium. For seniors taking blood thinners or managing diabetes, these chemical additives can interfere with medication metabolism and blood sugar regulation. The organic label becomes a distraction, a way to charge higher prices while delivering a product that's no better than conventional adulterated oils. At number 2, Trader Joe's California Estate Extra Virgin Olive Oil comes into focus. Trader Joe's is beloved by budget-conscious shoppers who trust the brand to deliver quality at a fair price. The California Estate line feels special, local, estate-grown, carefully crafted. The label features illustrations of olive groves and promises of small batch production. But investigations have shown that Trader Joe's olive oil often suffers from inconsistent quality control, with some bottles testing as authentic and others showing clear signs of adulteration and oxidation. The problem is volume and sourcing. Trader Joe's cannot guarantee the purity of every batch, and seniors buying this oil regularly are playing a lottery with their health. For those on blood pressure medications or managing cholesterol, the hidden seed oils and rancid compounds can trigger inflammation and interfere with treatment. The friendly packaging and low price create a false sense of security while your cardiovascular system quietly suffers the consequences. Trader Joe's olive oil is typically priced around $6 to $8 per bottle, making it one of the most affordable options on the market. But that affordability comes with risks. Consumer Reports testing found that some Trader Joe's bottles contained elevated levels of free fatty acids, a marker of poor quality olives or improper storage. For seniors with sensitive digestive systems, these free fatty acids can cause stomach upset, diarrhea, and bloating. The estate-grown claim on the label suggests transparency and traceability, but Trader Joe's has been notoriously opaque about its actual supply chain, making it impossible to verify the authenticity of those claims. Most people never learn how to fix this, but we'll break it down at the end of the video. Coming in at number 1, Filippo Berio Extra Light Olive Oil sits at the top. The extra light label suggests a healthier, lower-calorie option, perfect for seniors watching their weight or managing heart conditions. The pale color and neutral flavor feel safe, gentle, almost medicinal in their simplicity. The bottle promises all the benefits of olive oil without the strong taste, making it seem ideal for cooking and baking. But this is where the deception reaches its peak. Extra light olive oil is not extra virgin. It's heavily refined, chemically processed oil that has been stripped of all beneficial compounds. What remains is pure fat, with no antioxidants, no polyphenols, no heart protection. Some batches have tested positive for solvent residues used during the refining process, chemicals that can accumulate in the body over time. For seniors with kidney disease or liver conditions, these residues add toxic burden to organs already struggling to filter waste. The lightness you trust is not purity, it's emptiness. This is not olive oil in any meaningful sense. It's a refined industrial product dressed up with Mediterranean branding. The ultimate betrayal is that you thought you were choosing the safest, gentlest option, when in reality, you were consuming one of the most processed and potentially harmful products on the shelf. The refining process for extra light olive oil involves temperatures exceeding 400 degrees Fahrenheit and chemical solvents like hexane, the same solvent used in gasoline production. These solvents extract every last bit of oil from the olive pulp, but they also leave behind trace residues that your liver and kidneys must process. For seniors taking multiple medications, these chemical residues can interfere with drug metabolism and create dangerous interactions. The neutral taste that seems so appealing is actually evidence of complete nutritional destruction. Every molecule that made olive oil healthy has been chemically stripped away, leaving behind empty calories that contribute to weight gain, inflammation, and cardiovascular disease. What's the worst fake food product you've ever bought? Drop it in the comments below. Statistics paint a grim picture. A study by the University of California, Davis found that 69% of imported olive oils labeled as extra virgin failed to meet international standards. Another report from the North American Olive Oil Association revealed that up to 80% of Italian olive oils sold in the United States are adulterated or mislabeled. These are not small discrepancies or minor quality issues. These are systematic frauds perpetrated by major brands that have been trusted by American families for generations. For seniors, this is not just a consumer fraud issue, it's a public health crisis. Every time you cook with fake olive oil, you're exposing your body to oxidized fats, hidden seed oils, and chemical residues that promote inflammation, worsen chronic conditions, and interfere with medications. The cardiovascular system that you're trying to protect with heart-healthy olive oil is actually being damaged by the fake substitutes you've been sold. Blood pressure medications work less effectively when your diet is full of inflammatory seed oils. Cholesterol drugs struggle to do their job when you're consuming rancid fats that generate free radicals. Kidney function declines faster when your organs are forced to filter chemical solvents and artificial additives. The promise on the bottle, the trust you place in familiar brand names, the belief that you're making healthy choices, all of it has been weaponized against you by an industry that values profit over human health. Don't go yet. The solution comes at the very end, and it could change how you shop forever. After exposing 15 brands that betray your trust and compromise your health, it's time to talk about the 2 that actually deserve a place in your kitchen. These are not perfect products, no mass-produced food is, but they represent the highest standards currently available in the American market. They've been independently tested, they source transparently, and they deliver the actual health benefits that olive oil is supposed to provide. The first safe option is Cobram Estate Extra Virgin Olive Oil. Produced in Australia under some of the strictest quality controls in the world, Cobram Estate is independently tested and certified for purity and freshness. The oil is cold-pressed within hours of harvest, stored in temperature-controlled tanks away from light and air, and shipped with care to preserve its antioxidant content. Seniors can trust this brand to deliver real heart-healthy benefits without hidden additives or rancid compounds. The rich, peppery flavor is a sign of authentic polyphenols, the compounds that protect your cardiovascular system and reduce inflammation. This is what real olive oil should taste like and what your body deserves. When you open a bottle of Cobram Estate, you'll notice an immediate difference. The aroma is fresh and grassy, sometimes with hints of green apple or tomato leaf. The color is a vibrant golden green, not the pale yellow of refined oils or the artificially enhanced dark green of chemically treated products. When you taste it, there's a distinct peppery burn at the back of your throat, a sensation caused by oleocanthal, a natural anti-inflammatory compound found only in high-quality extra virgin olive oil. Studies have shown that oleocanthal works similarly to ibuprofen in reducing inflammation, making it particularly valuable for seniors managing arthritis, cardiovascular disease, or chronic pain. Cobram Estate's bottles are clearly labeled with harvest dates, allowing you to choose the freshest oil available. The brand has won numerous international awards for quality and taste, and it's one of the few olive oil producers that owns and controls its entire supply chain from tree to bottle. For seniors concerned about authenticity, Cobram Estate provides detailed information about its farming practices, processing methods, and quality testing on its website. The price is higher than grocery store brands, typically $15 to $20 per bottle, but you're paying for genuine quality and proven health benefits, not marketing and deception. The second recommendation is Corto Truly 100% extra virgin olive oil. This California-based brand has built its reputation on transparency and rigorous testing. Corto tests every batch for purity and provides detailed information about sourcing and processing directly on the label and website. For seniors managing blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes, Corto offers the confidence that what you're consuming is genuinely beneficial, not a cheap imitation. The bright, fresh flavor and smooth texture are evidence of proper storage and handling, ensuring you get the full anti-inflammatory and antioxidant benefits that make olive oil a cornerstone of a healthy diet. Corto's commitment to quality goes beyond basic compliance with FDA standards. The brand voluntarily submits to testing by independent third-party labs and publishes the results publicly, a level of transparency virtually unheard of in the olive oil industry. When you buy Corto, you can verify the exact farm where the olives were grown, the date they were harvested, and the chemical composition of the oil in your specific bottle. This traceability ensures that you're getting authentic extra virgin olive oil with high levels of polyphenols and low levels of free fatty acids, the markers of freshness and quality. The flavor profile of Corto varies depending on the harvest, but it consistently delivers that characteristic fruity and peppery taste of real olive oil. For seniors with sensitive palates or those who are new to high-quality olive oil, Corto offers a balanced nuanced flavor that's assertive enough to signal authenticity without being overwhelming. The oil performs beautifully in cooking, maintaining its beneficial compounds at temperatures up to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, making it suitable for sautéing vegetables or light frying. Corto is typically priced around $12 to $18 per bottle, positioning it as a premium product that's still accessible for everyday use. The brand's California location means shorter shipping distances and better freshness for American consumers compared to imported oils that spend weeks in transit and storage before reaching store shelves. Ever wondered why these two brands don't advertise as heavily as the ones that sell fake oil? These two brands represent what olive oil should be: cold-pressed within hours of harvest, stored properly to prevent oxidation, tested rigorously for purity, and sold with transparency about sourcing and processing. They deliver the polyphenols, antioxidants, and healthy fats that make olive oil one of the most valuable foods in a senior's diet. For those managing chronic conditions, using authentic extra virgin olive oil can reduce inflammation markers, improve cholesterol ratios, support healthy blood pressure, and even provide cognitive benefits. The difference between fake olive oil and real olive oil isn't just about taste or authenticity, it's about whether the product you're consuming is healing your body or harming it. The 15 brands we exposed are actively contributing to inflammation, oxidative stress, and chronic disease. The two brands we recommend are actively supporting your health with every use. This is not a minor distinction. For seniors, it's the difference between managing your conditions successfully and watching them worsen despite your best efforts. Olive oil fraud is not a new problem, and it won't be solved overnight. The supply chain is too opaque, the profit margins too tempting, and the regulatory oversight too weak for dramatic change to happen quickly. But you don't have to wait for the system to fix itself. You can take control right now by choosing brands that have proven their commitment to quality and transparency. Cobram Estate and Corto are not perfect. No food product produced at scale can be, but they represent the best options currently available. They've earned their reputation through rigorous testing, transparent sourcing, and consistent delivery of authentic extra virgin olive oil. By supporting these brands, you're not just protecting your own health, you're sending a message to the industry that consumers value authenticity and quality over cheap prices and false promises. The more seniors and health-conscious consumers choose real olive oil, the harder it becomes for fraudulent brands to survive. Your health is too important to gamble on brands that have repeatedly failed purity tests, used chemical additives to hide rancidity, or blended seed oils to increase profit margins. The 15 brands we exposed today represent billions of dollars in annual sales, built on deception and maintained through consumer ignorance. But now you know. You know which brands to avoid, you know what signs to look for, and you know which brands you can trust. Use this knowledge every time you shop. Read labels carefully, check for harvest dates, research brands before buying, and don't be swayed by Italian imagery or health claims without verification. The olive oil you choose affects your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your inflammation levels, and your long-term health outcomes. It's not just about flavor or cooking, it's about whether you're nourishing your body or poisoning it slowly with every meal. Subscribe now, and if you're watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided again.